Hey, how are y'all doing? In this video, we're going to be talking about, do Catholics worship idols? We're going to be answering that question. And I think the answer is clearly, no, we don't. Right. End video there. But some Protestants still aren't willing to accept that answer, especially arrogant Protestants who think they know better than they actually do. Now, first we're going to answer, is it sinful to obtain one of these images? Well, 10 Commandments, Exodus 20 verse 3, I believe, says, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Right? Seems like case closed. There you go. But we also have to take into consideration God after that. He said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God. So what he's saying is not to worship any graven image. Because if what he was saying was no graven images, then that would mean you can't have a picture of your mom. You can't put a picture of you can't put a statue of Walt Disney up at Walt Disney World. You can't do any of that. You can't have any pictures on your wall. You can't have any pictures on your phone. But no, that's not what he's saying, clearly. And it's made clear that's not what he's saying. In Exodus 25, verse 18, God is describing to Moses how to build the Ark of the Covenant. He said, and make 2 cherubim out of a hammered gold at the ends of the cover. Make 1 cherub on one end and the second cherub on the other. Make the cherub of one piece with the cover at the 2 ends. The cherubim are to have their wings spread over, upward, overshadowing the cover with them. Right? And then he goes on describing how to build the Ark of the Covenant. So it's clear they have 2 cherubim depicted on the Ark of the Covenant. Those being statues of cherubim. So obviously it wasn't sinful to have a statue or a picture of something, even if it is heavenly, like an angel or whoever else have you. Right? That's the Old Testament, though, you might say, whatever. So let's look in the New Testament. So, let's look in the New Testament, where the early church in Galatia, they had crucifixes. Now, what's the difference between a cross and a crucifix? A cross by itself is just a cross without Jesus being crucified on it. A crucifix is Jesus portrayed on it like such, right? Which normally Catholics use, which some may claim idolatry for, ignorant Protestants. But let's look at Galatians 3 verse 1. Paul wrote to the Galatians and said, you foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you? Before your very eyes, Jesus Christ was clearly portrayed as crucified. Jesus Christ was clearly portrayed as crucified. He said, before your very eyes, Jesus Christ was clearly portrayed as crucified. So, what does this mean? This means that the church in Galatia, they had depictions of Jesus on a cross being crucified. But Protestants are silent. They don't have a response because it's clear they saw Jesus portrayed as crucified. And it's not like the whole church in Galatia saw the crucifixion of Jesus. So they must have seen either pictures of it or statues of it, like how modern Catholics do in their churches. Before your very eyes, Jesus Christ was clearly portrayed as crucified. There's no way around that. The early church had crucifixes, that being crosses with Jesus being crucified on it. And that makes it clear that having pictures of Jesus, even the Blessed Trinity, it's not idolatry. Because idolatry has to do with your intentions and what you do with how you worship God. Do you worship this more than you do God? Or, that's bad wording. Do you show more love and adoration to this thing than you do God? Right? And no Catholic in the world would say, well, I love this image more than God. No. No Catholic is going to look at this image of the Blessed Trinity and say, oh yeah, I love that more than I do God. No, this is dumb. No Catholic would say that. So it's dumb to accuse Catholics of idolatry. I hope this video cleared up some misconceptions. Of course, it's not going to change everybody's mind because there's some arrogant Protestants out there who never want to change their mind because they care about their own dogmas over the objective truth and the true religion. Have a good day. Bye.